don't know the answer to go find the person who does have the answer. And most of all, what my government needs to understand today is, and I'm going to be a little bold and mean about this, I'm the boss.
Right.
We the people run this government. Us, we are the taxpayers. We are the ones that run this ship, and I'm tired of folks like Kottkamp and folks like Bill McCullum who will sit there and ignore the citizens. Let me tell you something that's floating in the legislature right now. You know, look, ladies and gentlemen, you won't know this, so I'm going to tell you. The Attorney General of the state of Florida will only give an opinion to an elected official. Now, what kind of stupidity is that? But there's actually a bill floating in the legislature right now that as a citizen I can pay $50 and the Attorney General is going to be required to grant me an opinion over an issue. I'm going to have to pay $50
Right, I understand.
more than the millions of dollars that I pay right now to feed and house them.
Right. Well, as we saw with the Florida's Great Northwest opinion, it still may be, you still may end up having to pay thousands and take it to court.
It made it worse than it was.
Exactly. Just to have it enshrined in law.
You know,
case law.
The whole problem with the Florida's Great Northwest decision is that a board member of Florida's Great Northwest sat down with the Attorney General's office and gave them their side of the story. Senator Gates, who I don't think necessarily knew everything about this organization, he sat down and made some comments. Jerry Cooey or anybody else who was aggravated about this and see $4 million a year being thrown away wasn't asked their opinion.
Right.
We didn't get an audience with the Attorney General.
Yeah.
So how do you get an opinion out of that to start out with? You know, the Attorney General listened to 2 elected officials. Now, Barbara Peterson did get to interject in this because Barbara's kind of like me. She just interjects when it's necessary and doesn't really want to hear about I'm not invited to this meeting.
Right.
This is serious stuff here, and I fought, you know, her opinion is I have fought too hard and too long to maintain the sunshine laws in the state of Florida, and you're not about to change them now. And so she did get to interject into that, but she had to reach out and push into that. You know, it's just really, you know, look, and it's not just Santa Rosa County, it's not just the state of Florida, it's the entire United States of America where people are howling about why in the world do you do this? I mean, just massive uproar about stuff. In the elected officials, some Republicans, some Democrats, some independents, seem to be completely deaf of the roar that's going on right now. They throw around $1 billion, and I can't remember which senator it was, but the young congressman came in and why in the world are you spending $1 million on this and $1 million over there and $1 million over there? How in the world can you justify that? And the 70-year-old senator looked at him and said, when you get up to $1 billion, let me know. Then we'll be talking about some real money. Well, these cats now, it's $1 trillion.
Yeah.
You know, we're million. That's like a single-digit number to them anymore.
Yeah.
Billion doesn't get anybody excited. You know, we're at trillions now, you know, so it's, come on folks, get off the couch, turn off the TV, shut the Nintendo down. This is the year, and I'm going to say it every show. A, get out and run for office. B, get involved and help me vote some good people in office so that we can solve this deafness problem. Now, I want to buy hearing aids for all of them. And the best way you and I can get a hearing aid for them is when they see about 65 to 70% of their comrades get flushed down the toilet bowl in this upcoming election, let me assure you that the wax will be cleaned out of their ear, and they'll be more than happy to listen to you when you have something to say to them.
Well, and don't let them couch those issues in conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican terms. Don't let them get away with couching the issues that way.
Right.
Because,
right is right, wrong is wrong.
Right. But you turn half the voters off if you couch it this way or that way.
Right.
And then you sort of split the attention, and then nobody's paying attention.
Yeah, and
but because we know the local media aren't paying attention.
Yeah, that's a very good point, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let them get away with splitting us up anymore. Right is right and wrong is wrong. They're all spending too much money. They are all asking too much of us in the form of taxes. None of them, to date, for the most part, do not understand that if you spend less, you won't have to increase taxes. If you'll reduce the level of government oversight, it costs less to run a government. It's just completely nuts.
Or if you direct taxes towards public services that are necessary, instead of buying a $3.2 million piece of property in the Pullman Park when you've got a $3.2 million hole in the rest of your budget.
Exactly. Or Obama dangles, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm fixing to get her fired up. Obama dangles 1/50th of what a high-speed rail is actually going to cost us, and we're going to reach out there and take that money, and now the rest of the state of Florida's got to come up with the other 49 parts to that to ever have it. It's completely out of control. I didn't mean to rattle.
You need to write him. You need to email him with your contact information.
Exactly. Mrs. Cooey actually got one of those emails that turned out to be one of those false emails, paid for email sets. And, she sat down and she wrote her letter how, I have good health care coverage. Leave me alone, then I had to break it to her that was it's simply a way of engaging you and trying to pull you into it. That really didn't come from the White House. It's a paid lobbyist that sent that to you. So, I feel it this year. I feel the people. When it only affects Billy's yard,
right?
Billy gets mad about it.
Right.
What we have come to is every single set and group of people out there, they're all angry now.
Right.
And when the majority of the people are angry, we can have change in this country. Real change. Not the kind of change that we were promised by the fellow that the Green Party supported.
I have no comment. The Green Party did not support him. I have no comment.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.